Hey everyone, it's Libby logged in. I'm gonna make this video kind of quick. Well, this read aloud, I should say, kind of quick. This chapter is pretty long, but if you want to see like the long format video with clips from the live action, click the link down below in the description. And yeah, basic stuff there. That video gives you more breakdowns, gives you more in-depth stuff, and it's probably better than this one because just saying, click the link down in the description to see the actual video. But if you don't want to see it, here is the read aloud for this video. Anyway, in the woods, Bloom tries to meet with Sebastian in person, but he has not shown up. Bloom talks with him over the phone. Hey, how are you this morning? Freaking out. I told you I'd meet you in the woods. Where are you? Sadly, I can't make it today. Seriously? Look, I can't keep finding excuses to leave school. Don't stress. We'll work something out. Talk soon. Sebastian ends the phone call with Bloom. He's not coming. Announced Bloom to people who were made invisible by Headmistress Dowling, so that the meeting could really be a trap for Sebastian. Farrah makes everyone visible, realizing the plan failed. What did he say? We'll work something out? I think he knows what we're up to. Wouldn't surprise me. Silva is convinced he's got spies everywhere, pointed out Farrah. But I do trust every soldier here. 6 more fairies drained in 6 different kingdoms of the fairy world, announced Farrah. You think he's stalling for time? Every day he's out in the world, he's gathering strength. With more blood witches, more magic, he'll be stronger than me soon. We just have to hope we can stop him before he's stronger than Bloom. Meanwhile, in Valator's hideout, he walks towards a private room. Once in the room, Valator takes off his shirt and lets a scraper drain fairy magic into him by biting his back. Above where he sits is a ceiling full of scrapers. Bloom returns back to Althea, where she is joined in the lobby by Aisha, Stella, and Tekna. They talk amongst themselves about the situation that happened with Sebastian. This is the 3rd time that he's flamed. I don't get why it's not working, questioned Bloom. Maybe because Dowling is always like 10 meters away, or maybe because he has no real incentive to sit down with you, pointed out Aisha. And it's always on your turf, noted Tekna. Oh, you're the dragon flame, the destroyer of worlds, said Aisha sarcastically. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of naysaying. I want to hear more yay saying. Please, said Bloom. I can't believe you're okay with being used as bait, questioned Aisha. It was my idea, and I know Sebastian wants to sit down with me. Speaking of Sebastian, I looked into the residence files, and there isn't a single person named Sebastian in the files. This guy, whoever he is a complete ghost, interjected Tekna. Okay, but best case scenario, we capture him and get some answers on who he is and what his plan is, suggested Bloom as they walked by Misa, who is cleaning the hallways because she is powerless and has nothing better to do. Bloom looks over and notices how stressed out Misa is. Sebastian stole Musa's power, Musa's magic, and he'll know how to get it back. That's the only thing that matters. Bloom, Aisha, Tekna, and Stella walk outside so Stella can pick up a package. They find Beatrix at the mailbox. Looking for this? Not to be nosy, but I'm fairly certain this is a Solarian seal. It's from the Royal Archives. I wrote to my dad a couple days ago asking for forgiveness and a favor. Looks like it worked. I'm intrigued, pointed out Beatrix, but everyone else hesitated on telling her anything. Seriously, a magicless fairy relegated to chore duties to stay at this school. A little secret might brighten my day. Stella looks over and notices Bloom, Aisha, and Tekna are walking away. Stella opens her mouth to assure Beatrix that, I will text you later, I promise. Stella walks away and joins back up with her friends, saying, We can trust her, you know. She's Beatrix. She tried to kill me twice, pointed out Bloom, but she did help us take down Lord Darker. I still think you have terrible judgment, interjected Aisha. Anyway, we should get to class. Pointed out Tekna. Meanwhile, in the greenhouse, Flora checks on Musa to make sure she's almost healed. Flora wears magnifying glasses so she can examine Musa well. Are those absolutely necessary? Asked Musa about the glasses. Yeah, these scraper scars are so small I can barely see them. Whoever treated you was a master or a mistress. Nope, that sounded wrong. You did a lovely job, Flora. Thank you. You did a lovely job, Flora. Thank you, replied Musa as Riven, Naboo, and Helia walked into the greenhouse. Hello, boys. What can we do for you? Asked Miles, an Earth Fairy who was helping out in the greenhouse. We are out of Willspark Ever Fountain. Well, Flora has been hogging all the herbs because not only is she fixing up Musa, but also she's testing a remedy for Blood Witch. Mind control, explained Miles as he looked for willow bark in the herb section of the greenhouse. I just hate the idea that they can take over someone's body. Their agency, interjected Flora. She's a free spirit, folks. Yes, this much I know, flirted Helia with Flora as Musa handed Riven the willow bark. Well, it is nice seeing all of y'all, but Musa has some magic rehab exercises to do. Actually, Silva was asking for Musa. He needs another debrief about what happened at the lodge, announced Riven. Musa gets up from the bed and follows after Riven, Naboo, and Helia. They go outside to the training area for the specialists. Naboo and Helia walk away while Musa and Riven talk. What does Silva need to know? Nothing, I just thought you could use a save. I've seen you in there every day doing something like breathing exercise. She's got you doing yoga now. It's just different ways that she thinks I can down dog my powers back. Well, thanks, that's twice now. Riven looks at her confused. I never got to thank you for bringing me back to school. I can barely remember anything. Yeah, you were out cold. I chucked you over my shoulder and got the heck out of there. You chucked me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be a bit more delicate next time when I'm saving you from crazy scrapers. Anyway, I've got to train. Let me know if you need another save. Riven begins to walk away, but Musa stops him by saying, Wait, actually, can I come? I meant to check in with Farah to see if there's anything else I can do in the battle against Sebastian, but if I can convince her that I'm helping with the specialist. Yeah, nice, you can help me spar, answered Riven as he encourages Musa to follow him. Meanwhile, Sky hangs out with Bloom in their bedroom. I don't know why it went. There we go. Silva told me the trap was a bust this morning. That sucks. Yeah, I think I have to offer Sebastian something like a bribe. What could you offer? Well, other than the ability to annihilate the fairy world, I don't know, maybe cool shoes? Joked Bloom. What about the book that Darling gave you on the Kingdom of Domino? I remember my father would teach me the history of the kingdoms, and Domino was the kingdom that had the most history of blood witches. Is there any information in the book on blood witches? Yeah, there's an entire section devoted to them. Okay, but can I continue? But do you really think he would want that book? I don't know, but you'll never know till you try. Anyway, I should head off to train. I'll see you later. Sky leaves the room. Bloom follows him out of her room, but stays in the main sitting room of the suite where Aisha is reading. You two good? Asked Aisha as Bloom sits beside her on the couch. We're fine. How are you doing since the whole thing with Naboo? Asked Bloom. I'm not okay, but I'm working through the pain. With everything going on recently today, I've barely thought about him. I have to refocus to help out with Sebastian and the music stuff. Well, Sky has a suggestion on that front. I could offer Sebastian the book on the history of Domino, as an entire section devoted to blood witches. Or, hear me out, you don't sit down with the diabolical blood witch and give him something that has actually gotten you close to finding out more about your birth parents, and also probably contains evil secrets, and instead we get Musa's magic back ourselves? Want to see something cool?" asked Aisha as she grabbed a box beside her and opened it, pulling out a convergence crystal. I remember Professor Avalon's class talking about the convergence crystal, and it got me thinking. You know that class was taught by someone who was disguised as Professor Avalon, right? Yes, I know, but I did talk to the real one, and he confirmed the lessons were true. So here's the theory that sparked in my brain as I read more about the convergence crystals. Fairy magic is like a battery. Scrapers drain us till the battery is dead. But a dead battery is still a battery. Musa is still a fairy. She just needs a jump start. Is it dangerous? To be honest, yes, but no more than your plan. My plan only puts me in danger. Look, Bloom, I got this. It could be our one thing that goes right. I don't want you mixed up with Sebastian. I know how he tried to get under your skin. He has other tricks up his sleeve. Okay, if you think it'll work, I'll go get Musa. You text the other girls," said Bloom as she left to get Musa. Meanwhile, in Beatrix's suite, Olivia walks in to get Beatrix for a meeting in Darling's office. "May I help you?" Headmistress Darling wants you present at a meeting about Clara Griffin. "Why me? I have no interest in talking to Griffin after the pain she has caused to me and my sister so many times. She might have information on where Darcy is. You should be present for that." "Fine, I'll go with you," replied Beatrix as she followed Olivia to Darling's office. Once they arrived in the office, the meeting began. Darling was seated at her desk, and Griffin sat in front of the desk. Olivia and Griselda and Beatrix stood beside Darling, and Headmaster Silva guarded the door. "What do you want, Farah? Saul already gave you a brief overview of what happened. What more do you want from me?" "I want to know what you know about the man who took over your mind." "You haven't figured it out, have you?" "Figured out what?" "Who he is. His name is Sebastian." "No, that's the name of the person he's been disguised as." "He really is someone from your past, and mine, of course. Let's see if this rings any bells. Created from a spark of the dragon flame by the ancestral witches, my partner in crime." Griffin paused, waiting for an answer. "No. Yes, the man Saul fought yesterday is none other than Valtor himself," announced Griffin. "He's been locked away with no way to escape, and Icy freed him," pointed out Griffin. "This is bad." "You got that right." "Well, I answered your questions. Can I go now?" "We're not done. I still have one more question. Do you know where Darcy might be?" "I never saw Darcy in the time that I was being used." "Okay, thank you for answering all my questions. Saul, would you please return Clara to her cell?" Griffin got up but spoke before leaving the room. "What more do you want from me?" "I answered your questions. Can't you set me free, Farah?" "Griffin, for the pain and suffering that you have caused, you will be in prison for your crimes for a long time." "Fine. Lock me away. But I'll have you know I am against Valtor as well." "Noted, but we no longer require your services. Take her away," said Farah as Griffin finally left Saul. Once they left the room, Beatrix walks in front of Farah's desk to ask a question. "So, what are we going to do about finding my sister?" "We will find her, Beatrix, but you have to be patient with us, okay?" "Okay, just find her, please," said Beatrix urgently as she left the office and returned to her room. After Beatrix left, Olivia brings another matter to the table. "You need to tell Bloom about Valtor and your involvement in the battle. She deserves to know who is responsible for her parents being missing. And you know because you and Saul and Griselda were there during the battle. Remember the Company of Light?" "I remember very well, Olivia. And I will tell her when the time is right." "Okay, just don't wait too long." She left the room, leaving Farah alone to think. Meanwhile, in the Winx suite, the Winx minus Bloom and Musa are arranging the space. Aisha and Stella pull the couch into Bloom's room, while Flora and Techno roll up the carpet and move it into Aisha's room. Bloom enters the room with Musa. Redecorating? Sorry, we need a bit more space for Musa's convergence ceremony. My what ceremony? Questioned Musa. I have a way to get your powers back by using a crystal, said Aisha as she handed Musa the convergence crystal. Not looking to kick a dead horse in the mouth or anything, but how dangerous do you expect this little exercise to be? I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We're mainlining raw magic here. So, yeah, it's risky, but I have faith in us. Let's do this. The Winx minus Musa start to glow their eyes as they summon their powers. Bloom ignites her fire power in her hands. Aisha makes a bubble and turns it into a small cloud that pours rain. Techno forms her magic into a ball of magnetic purple-like waves of energy between her hands. Flora forms vines with flowers around her arms and hands. Stella makes a small ball of light and turns it into a medium-sized black hole. Alright everyone, now pull it in, ordered Aisha as the Winx minus Flora form their magic into energy balls. Okay, Musa, open yourself up to magic like normal. The rest of us, open yourself up to Musa. Everyone closes their eyes, but Musa doesn't feel anything. She opens her eyes to ask, should I be feeling something? Yeah. Is everyone focusing? Everyone responded with a yes. Try again. Everyone closes their eyes again. Nope, still nothing, said Musa as everyone stopped channeling magic. I think maybe we don't have quite enough power yet. Pointing out Aisha. Dragon Flame? Are you sure? Only if you can control it. I can control it, assured Bloom as the girls stood up. Everybody ready? Bloom ignites a little flame of the dragon flame in front of her and then turns it into a big fireball. Okay, Musa, let's try this again, said Bloom as she blasts her power at the crystal, forming the energy line between her and the crystal. Stella, Aisha, Flora, and Techna also resummon their energy balls and do the same as Bloom. It's working, right? Something's working. I can feel it. My magic is powerful. Yeah, I've never felt like this before. Ready? I'm gonna give it one more little push. Announced Bloom to Musa. Hang on, urged Musa, warning her friends and the fact that she didn't like what she was feeling on the inside. Musa, we're so close. We can do this, urged Stella. Hang on. Just concentrate, Musa. I promise, assured Aisha. I said stop, repeated Musa as she dropped the crystal to the ground. Stella, Bloom, Aisha, Techna, and Flora all stepped back a little dizzy. What happened? Asked Bloom, her eyes still glowing reddish-orange. It wasn't working, announced Musa as she walked away. It was working, pointed out Aisha. Musa, what's wrong? Questioned Flora as Musa left the room before answering the question. Wait, why are you still holding on to magic? Asked Techna, noticing their eyes were all glowing. I'm not. Bloom, are you? No, answered Bloom as their eyes all began to return to normal. Okay, a bit worried there. I'm gonna go find Musa, said Flora as she left the room. Aisha walks away from the room into her room. Bloom follows after. It was a good idea, Aisha. It was. Can I just text Sebastian now? I still don't like the idea. I'll get information about Musa and I'll come home. I promise. Okay, just be careful and have Sky walk with you to the barrier for safety, urged Aisha. Okay, I will, said Bloom as she left to execute her plan. In the lobby, Beatrix is working through files. Stella, after leaving the suite, decides to join her with drinks for them. Hello, this is Beatrix Mafia College. We're just updating our records and want to confirm that your kingdom will help us in the fight against Valtor. Said Beatrix. Why I said Aisha? Said Beatrix on the phone as she noticed Stella walking her way. Lovely, thank you. Beatrix ends the phone call. Pharaoh's looking for help from every kingdom. She's been desperate for allies ever since she found out that Sebastian is really Valtor in disguise. I made 100 phone calls so far. Only 100 to go. It sounds stressful. Shall I help? What do you want? Asked Beatrix, thinking that Stella just wants something from her. Just shut up and move over, said Stella as Beatrix did so, believing that Stella just wanted to help. Once Stella sat down, Beatrix gave her some files to sort through. It's poetic. 2 years ago, I was the one everyone was concerned about. I was powerful. People were scared of me. Now I'm groveling at Darlene's feet for meaningful tasks just to stay involved. You know it doesn't hurt to play the game. I mean, you should have seen the letter I wrote to my father and future stepmom. I wish it was as dignified as groveling. I thought you said that letter was for a little package Aisha wanted. Yeah, I mean, it was mostly, but I don't know, maybe I'm just sick of being frozen out. Being a good little princess is one tactic I haven't tried yet. Somebody misses her privilege. No, Beatrix, as they just smiled at each other and continued working together to sort through files. Meanwhile, Farah decides to seal the barrier so that Valtor can't get into Althea. While that's happening, Sky walks with Bloom to the barrier. So why'd you ask Sebastian to meet you in the first world? I mean, he seems to like it given his whole vibe, pointed out Bloom as they neared the barrier. I should go. They finally had reached the barrier. Bloom and Sky share a final kiss before she walks through the shield. Bloom walks through the barrier as she says, I'll text you when. Bloom stops talking when she hears a magical blast coming from the barrier. Farah had finally sealed it. It's solid, pointed out Bloom as she put her hand on the barrier, unable to get through. Unable to return to Sky and her friends without some help. Once her meeting with Sebastian was over, of course. Oh, it's a good thing we got that kiss in. Look, Bloom, you know I'll support you no matter what, but you don't want me to go, said Bloom, cutting him off. I didn't say that, Sky paused, unable to finish the sentence. Right, you didn't say anything. It's one benefit of you not talking about your problems with me. I'm stronger than him, Sky. I'm much stronger. You have nothing to worry about. You know the reason why I don't talk about all my problems with you, Bloom? It's 'cause you're the solution, noted Sky as he put his hand up against the solid barrier. Bloom also put her hand on it and says, I got this. Takes it down, I promise, and then walks away. In the specialist training area, Musa spars with Ribbon. Come on now, don't be so weak, said Musa as she fights with a bamboo stick. Me, weak. I'm one of the best specialists next to Prince Sky and Prince Brennan, boasted Ribbon. If I'm being weak, there's a reason behind it. Musa begins swinging the stick around, trying to hit Ribbon, but he dodges it every time. At one point, he is able to grab the stick from Musa and use it to hit her back. Ow! See, I'm not weak. Maybe you're the one who's weak. Untrained and not a specialist? Noted. She forms her hands into fists and begins using them to defend herself. Musa continues fighting Ribbon, but she even tries kicking him to the ground several times, but is unsuccessful. Also, there's something else behind this aggression, which is what you're using to fight, pointed out Ribbon as he threw the bamboo stick back at her, trying to make the fight fair. Musa catches it and continues fighting. Musa is still unsuccessful in landing a single hit on Riven. Meanwhile, Riven pushes Musa to the edge of the platform where she almost falls into a river, but is stopped by Riven. He pulls her back from the ledge. They hold eye contact for a minute before Riven continues talking. "Not sure what it is." "Musa, there you are," said Flora as she walked towards Musa.
"Never mind, I know what it is,"
whispered Riven to Musa so Flora wouldn't hear. "This is weird. Riven, can you give us a moment?" asked Flora as Musa finally lets go of Riven's hand and grabs her stuff. She walks away fast, not wanting to talk. "What are you doing?" Flora follows after Musa. "I don't have anything else to say," said Musa, upset. "Okay, well, I do. I'm tired of talking, trying, and yoga. I'm done," said Musa, wanting to give up. "We've had one setback. You can't just give up." Musa turns around to say, "I'm happy that you're living your truth, but it doesn't make you the expert on everyone else's. So can you please just mind your own business?" Musa turns back around and continues walking away, but Flora won't let it go. "Not about this, no. So you can whine and call me overbearing and annoying, but I'm not going to stop, not until you get your magic back." "Musa," said Flora as she accidentally used her powers to wrap vines around Musa's legs to stop her from walking. "What the heck?" questioned Musa. "Hey, Flora, this seems a bit much," said Riven as he walked up, noticing what was going on. "No, I didn't do it on purpose. There's something wrong with my magic," announced Flora as she took her phone out and texted Aisha about the incident. In the Winx suite, Aisha receives the text message while she's with Stella and Tekna, who is holding the crystal in her hands. They talk amongst each other about the situation that Flora just texted them about. My legs hurt a little bit. I'm gonna reposition myself. It has to be a side effect of the convergence ceremony, suggested Tekna. "I think so, because we didn't complete it. Our magic is still connected to the crystal. We're basically low-key channeling constantly," explained Aisha, as her eyes lit up blue as she was talking. Stella's eyes lit up yellow as she added, "Yeah, you're right. I feel it. It's right there." "Makes sense." Right, Flora lost control. "So what do we do?" Suddenly there's a knock on the door. Tekna goes to answer it and takes the crystal with her. She opens the door and is greeted by Timmy. "What are you doing?" "I wanted to see you. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out with me. I haven't seen you in a while." "I've been busy. We've had a few crises here. Sorry, but I can't really go anywhere right now." "Are we good?" "Yes, I promise. We're fine. I just have a lot going on. But I promise we are good," assured Tekna as she leaned in to kiss him and felt her magic settling in the crystal. "What was that?" asked Timmy. "The solution to one of our crises. Thanks for that," said Tekna as she grabbed his hand and then let go. Then she shut the door, ending the conversation. Tekna walked back to where Stella and Aisha were sitting. "I figured it out. Here, channel your magic," said Tekna as she handed the crystal to Stella. Her eyes lit up yellow as Stella did what Tekna told her to do. "How do you feel?" "Normal." "So we just have to discharge our magic into the crystal?" asked Aisha. "Exactly." "So it's sorted?" "Not yet. I have to call Bloom." Like I said, this is a long one. Hopefully I can get it finished in 10 minutes. Meanwhile, in the first world, Bloom reaches the place where Sebastian wanted to meet. A diner. Before entering, Bloom sees through the window as her eyes lit up orange. She then walks in. Sebastian greets her with a wave and asks Bloom as she sits down, "Coffee? Something to eat?" "Yeah, I ordered a chicken fried steak. What the heck is a chicken fried steak?" The server came over to the table and poured Bloom some coffee. "Thank you," said Bloom to the waitress, who walked away after serving her. "When I said let's meet in the first world, I assumed you'd choose someplace more clandestine, like a underground parking garage." "Boring. No, I love first world kish. Can't get more first world kish than an American diner. Also, I've got trust issues," said Sebastian as his eyes lit up red and he controlled everyone to put a knife to their throat. Bloom looks around worried as she asks, "What are you doing?" "You should hate me, Bloom. I stole your friend's magic. I used someone against their will. I am a scourged fairy kind, yet here you are. Make that make sense," questioned Sebastian. "I do hate you. I wish you were rotting in Solarian prison for the rest of your life," confirmed Bloom. "I sure hope for everyone's sake there's a but coming." "I'm pretty sure you're the only one who can get my friend's magic back," pointed out Bloom. Sebastian's eyes lit up red as he controlled everyone to remove the knife from their necks and continue eating. "And what's that worth to you?" asked Sebastian as Bloom pulls out the book. "The History of Domino. Creepy old book for a lifetime of magic. The one book that has actually given you some answers about your family. Wonder who's getting the roll into that deal." "You can't get back, can you?" "Counter offer. Give me the book and I'll tell you how. Knowledge for knowledge. Seems fair. I will say this, out of all the information I have, that is probably the least interesting. I know a lot of stuff, Bloom. A lot of stuff about you. Are you sure you don't want to know that instead?" "Tell me how to get her magic back." "Selfless. I'm impressed," said Sebastian as he took the book and opened it, using it to show her what to do. "Funny thing is, all your answers are in here. You can read it?" "Of course." "Oh, right, I pretended like I couldn't. That was fun. No, this is actually one of my first languages that my mom's taught me. And my siblings. They used to collect a lot of ancient texts and relics. We had so much cool stuff around the house. Shame it got frozen." "You're from the Kingdom of Domino." "I am. That's all I know about you. My parents were obsessed with the dragonflame. But that's not what we're talking about. No, we're talking about Muse's magic. 2 ways to get it back. Option 1, reverse the process. Basically, got a scraper to take it from me and give it back to her. It'll take a lot for me to agree to that. Option 2, kill me. Then everybody gets their magic back." "Why does that feel like information you wouldn't want me to have?" "Weird I do. Also, are you really willing to kill me, Bloom?" asked Sebastian as he waited for Bloom to respond, but she didn't. "Seems we're on an path, then. Pleasure doing business with you. Anything else?" "No, that's it," said Bloom as she left the table and walked out of the diner. Outside, Bloom receives a call from Aisha. "Do not sit down with him." "Too late, I already did." "Oh, and?" "Well, he told me how to get Muse's magic back. Either he gives it back or we kill him. Not ideal, but at least we know. Are you on your way back?" I wonder if there's something else I can give him in exchange. Look, your magic is supercharged right now." "What?" "The convergence ceremony messed with it. It happened to all of us. You need to get back here and discharge it so you don't lose control." "I was just in there, Aisha. I'm fine. I can handle my magic. Please, just please come home," begged Aisha worriedly. "I'm fine, promise," said Bloom as as she ended the phone call. Once it ended, on Aisha's side, Stella and Tekna walk up to her and Aisha tells them, "We've got a problem." Back in the first world, Bloom walks back into the diner and walks towards where Sebastian is sitting. "Let's take a walk," ordered Bloom as she hurried away to wait outside for him. "I'll get the boom," replied Sebastian as he locked eyes with a server and pointed at his food. Meanwhile, Musa and Ribbon are sitting on the track. Some people run past them, angered that they're on the track. Musa and Ribbon talk amongst themselves about it. "They hate us, don't they?" questioned Musa. "Well, of course they do. We're staying in the middle of the track. It's obnoxious," pointed out Ribbon as he looked at Musa, who began to smile. "What?" "It's just that I can see that they hate us, but you have no idea how nice it is that I can't hear it," answered Musa as she gets a text on her phone. "Flora is on her way back." "She's not kidding, you know. She won't stop till you get back." "What am I supposed to do about that?" "Tell her the truth." "What do you mean?" "Come on, Musa. I know what happened. I lied before. You weren't unconscious. I got there a few seconds before you were attacked. I saw you come out. I saw you give it up. Look, I would have stopped you, but I got attacked myself, and by the time I fought them off, it was over," explained Ribbon. "My whole life, I felt the pain and the agonizing screams. I just couldn't take it anymore, so I gave it up. Is that so wrong?" questioned Musa. "It's not a matter of if it's wrong or not. It's a matter of you. It's a matter of you were born a fairy, just like I was born to be a specialist. We all have these roles in life we have to play. But why are these roles so hard? Well, that's life, Musa. Life's hard. But at least we have our friends by our side. Your friends can't help you if you're not honest with them." "I don't know if they'll understand." "They will," assured Ribbon as Flora walked towards them. "Ready for extraction?" asked Flora to Musa. "Please don't tell anyone." "Please don't tell anyone," whispered Musa to Ribbon. "You better hurry. We've got a bit of a situation with Bloom," said Flora, trying to get Musa to come with her. Musa gets up and leaves with Flora. Meanwhile, in Headmistress's office, Stella, Aisha, and Tekna tell Farah what's going on with Bloom. They're somewhere in the first world. We just don't know where. "Why didn't you come to me earlier? The convergence crystal theory was a better idea than this." "Well, what do we do? If we have to stop her. If she loses her temper, she could kill him," said Darling, finishing Flora's sentence. "And while the first world might be a better place for it, taking a life is serious." Just realized that. That should be Tekna who speaks. There we go. Tekna's sentence. "And while the first world might be a better place for it, taking a life is serious. She would carry that burden forever, and Bloom is not a killer. There is a pathway Bloom can take to get back here. It will allow her to cross over the barrier, for now. Though we must hope that Bloom doesn't lose her temper." In the first world, Bloom and Sebastian are walking outside in an area that looks like where you would repair car tires and where there are trucks. Bloom is ahead of Sebastian. She's furious, so much so that her eyes have turned a bright orange color. "Less kitschy, more ominous. Question is for who? You or me?" spoke up Sebastian as he tried to keep up with Bloom. "I don't want to play games anymore," announced Bloom with her back facing Sebastian. "Does that mean we're dropping the whole I want my friend's magic back bit?"
Is that the only way they let you come? If you pretended this was about her?
Asked Sebastian as Bloom turned around furiously. Sebastian noticed her eyes and continued to speak.
Oh, relax. I'm not saying you don't care, but we're all selfish, Bloom. You want to know about you. And I could tell you.
Bloom began to walk towards him, asking forcefully, "What do you want?"
The great mystery. The Holy Grail.
Easy.
The dragon flame. Give it to me, and I'll tell you where you came from.
Plus, I won't need any magic, so I can give the rest back.
Wins all around.
Answered Sebastian.
What would you do with it? I would set things right.
What do you mean by that?
Guess you'll have to find out. But I'm not going to, kill all fairies or destroy the fairy world, if that's what you're thinking. Now, I have zero interest in using the dragon flame to start a war. That was my mother's plan. Always looking for the trump card to become the most powerful witches in the ancient war. Dragon flame was a trump card. Your sister was a trump card. And luckily for her, she was able to stash it with you in the first world. And well, you know the rest.
Wait, your mothers were part of the attack on the Kingdom of Domino?
Asked Bloom. I'm not going to confirm that or deny it. That wasn't part of the deal. Deal was, you give me a dragon flame, I give you your answers. Last chance.
It's never gonna happen.
Fair enough. But I hate for you to go away empty-handed. So I will leave you with one juicy nugget. Not the secret that you want, but the secret you need. Farah isn't being completely honest with you, Bloom. She was there, Bloom.
What do you mean?
The day the Kingdom of Domino was attacked. She was there.
That's not possible, pointed out Bloom.
Really? You don't think so? In the back of your mind, you can't imagine that exact thing happening? She was a war hero, Bloom. A skilled fighter. She knew a lot about the Kingdom of Domino, but she didn't tell you everything she knew. To protect you, as she might put it. Should have stuck with me. I don't keep secrets.
Pointing out Sebastian as he teleported away from Bloom, ending their meeting. Meanwhile, in Valtor's base, Icy guards the prison cell that holds Darcy. Icy notices that Darcy is smiling. "What are you smiling at?" asked Icy to Darcy.
You?
Why me? Because you look like a lap guard dog. All you're doing is guarding me and waiting patiently till he comes back, like a good little servant. But be quiet. At least I'm doing something that will change how witches will be viewed for centuries. Change how witches will be viewed for centuries. Oh, please, you're not changing anything. History will still see us as villains. Wouldn't you rather be viewed as a hero? I want people to know that witches should be feared. Guess you're getting your wish in the worst way possible, benchwarmer, mocked Darcy. I'm not listening to you anymore. Okay, you do that. But no, it's the truth. Anyway, why do you still need me? You already took my powers for Valtor's big plan. And you let Stormy go. Why can't you let me go too? Your purpose hasn't been fulfilled yet. Stormy's fulfilled hers, almost. There's no way she'll last long without her powers. Eventually, she'll make a deal with Valtor to get her powers and yours back in return. She works for him. Your plan will never work, announced Darcy angrily. Guess we'll see, replied Icy as another Blood Witch walked up to her.
You're relieved he has returned.
Icy leaves the prison room. She meets Valtor in a dark room where they talk amongst themselves. How did it go? Asked Icy.
Perfect, just like we planned.
Elsewhere at the barrier, Aisha had just got off with the phone with Bloom, who announced to her friends that Farah isn't being completely honest with her. Aisha is there with Flora, Stella, Sky, Musa, and Tekna. Sky bangs on the barrier angrily.
How did she sound when you talked to her?
Asked Musa to Aisha, on edge. I told her that she had to come to us first, that we had to discharge her magic, and we figure out what Darling is keeping from her.
But what?
Asked Sky to Aisha, who hadn't finished the sentence.
Darlene said she's going to meet Bloom at the pathway, answered Aisha. At the pathway, Bloom is greeted by Headmistress Darling, who is sitting on a stone bench. Headmistress Darling, I take it you knew where I was. Your friends told me. Glad to see you in one piece. Were you worried? Not for a second. Is Sebastian also still in one piece as well? He is, yeah. I'm impressed with your restraint. Well, it's not easy sometimes. Sorry I didn't tell you where I was going. It was risky, but was it worth it? Did you find answers? He told me how to get Muse's magic back and what he wants. Well, then I say it was worth the risk. Guess I told you well, replied Farah, waiting for Bloom to input something else, but she just stood there. Farah could tell something was off with Bloom. She seemed distant. Is everything all right, Bloom? Bloom comes to her senses and replies, saying, Everything's all right, Headmistress Darling. You know, you can be honest with me, Bloom. You can trust me, assured Farah. Bloom hesitated for a moment, trying to tell herself that everything Sebastian told her was wrong, that it was all just a lie to get her to turn against Farah. But there were parts of it that Bloom couldn't just deny. She didn't know if she could trust Farah, and as she thought that she believed it, she became passionate to find the truth. Her eyes started to glow a fiery orange as she said, And it's time you told me the truth. What truth? Asked Farah, confused. Were you there the day my parents' kingdom was attacked? Were you there? Asked Bloom. I was. Why didn't you tell me that you were there? Because I didn't think it was important. And I told you the whole story of what happened. Your kingdom was attacked by 3 ancient blood witches, and your parents, who are still alive, sacrificed themselves, saving you and your sister, Bloom. Whatever Sebastian told you, don't believe it. He is trying to twist things around to turn you against me. I promise I will tell you the whole truth. But first, I need you not to lose control. Remain calm. I'm sorry, Bloom, that I didn't tell you everything at first. But you have to understand, I did it to protect you, explained Farah. After Bloom heard those words, she said, I don't need your protection. I want the truth. A fiery ball of dragon flame began to form in front of Bloom. Bloom, I have been with you through it all. I have guided you and helped you. You can control this, Bloom. This is not who you are. Don't tell me who I am. You don't know me, yelled Bloom as she launched the fireball at Headmistress Darling, injuring her. After laying out all the energy, Bloom passes out. And that is the reading for chapter 7. Sorry for it being long, but if you want to see the video that I actually wanted to release that YouTube would have blocked with clips from the live action that are actually really good, click the link down below in the description. That is all I have for you guys today. Bye!